Welcome to episode 12 of Roll With It, a series where I do my best to take a randomly rolled up mishmash D&D character and make them powerful enough to take on a monster decided by the dice. Today we're using the 5e rule set and rolling with these black, gold, and green laser cut dice. I love laser cut dice so much, and this is one of my favorite sets. Now let's get started. First, let's roll up our character's lineage, and a 1 gets us a common lineage. Rolling on that table gets us another 1, which is a Dragonborn. Rolling on the Dragonborn subtable gets us a 14, which is an Emerald Dragonborn. Now let's roll up our class. A 15 makes this a multi-class. Rolling again gives us a 17. Oh boy, we get multi-class again, which makes this a triple class character. For our first class, a roll of 4 gives us a Cleric. Rolling on the Cleric domain table gives us a 2, which is a Tempest Cleric. For our second class, we rolled a 13, which is a Wizard. Rolling on that subclass table gets us an 8, which is an Evocation Wizard. For our third class, we rolled a 1, which is an Artificer. Rolling on that subclass table gets us a 3, which is an Artillerist. Lastly, let's find out what level we are, and we get a 13. This is going to be a 13th level Emerald Dragonborn Tempest Cleric Evocation Wizard Artillerist Artificer. Okay, I had to record that last part several times because that was like saying a freaking tongue twister. But this is actually pretty exciting. I've made a lot of triple and quadruple class characters over the years, but this is the first triple class character we've made on this series. So let's start off with our ability scores. We're going to use point buy, and we're going to put all of our points into Constitution, Intelligence, and Wisdom. As an Emerald Dragonborn, we get 3 ability score points. We're going to use those to boost our Constitution, Intelligence, and Wisdom up to 16 each. What this does mean is we're not going to have a good strength or dexterity, so we're going to have to be creative if we want to have a good AC and have some good options for combat. Now, combat's easy. We just don't need to use any weapons. We can use cantrips for both melee attacks and for ranged attacks. But for our armor class, I've got a cool trick I'm going to show you in just a moment. Before we get to that though, let's talk about our levels in each class. Now, we want to have at least 5th level in both Cleric and Wizard. Why? Because 3rd level spells are very powerful. So we're going to make this a 6th level Tempest Cleric, 5th level Evocation Wizard, 2nd level Artificer. This build is going to get 2 ASIs. We're going to use them very carefully. The first one we're going to use to raise our intelligence up to 18. And the second ASI we're going to use to take a feat. But before I tell you which feat, let's talk again about how we get a good armor class. Now, the problem is our dex isn't high enough for us to have a good AC, even if we use something like mage armor. But we do get proficiency in heavy armor from being a Tempest Cleric. So that's what I'm going to focus on. And I'm going to have this character wear plate armor and carry a shield. That's going to give us a whopping AC of 20. If we add the enhanced defense infusion to our plate armor, now we've got an AC of 21. But some of you may have noticed one problem with this. We don't have the strength score that we need to wear plate armor. That's actually going to be okay. And the reason why is because if you don't have the strength score to wear heavy armor, but you are proficient in it, all you lose is 10 points off your speed. So our speed is going to be reduced to 20. And that's why I'm going to take the feat Mobile. Now we've got a speed of 30, we're rocking an AC of 21, and we've got the ability scores we need in our primary stats. Okay, we're going to center this build around our Channel Divinity ability, Destructive Wrath, which allows us to maximize damage on either a lightning spell or a thunder spell. And that's why whether we're talking about our Cleric, Wizard, or Artificer spells, we are going to load up on spells that do lightning or thunder damage. On top of that, we're going to grab a few bread and butter spells from the Wizard class like Shield, Misty Step, and Counterspell. Now, before we roll up our opponent, just a quick reminder, if you're one of the people that wants to see this full battle play out, or if you want to see the full level 1 through 20 build guide for this character, all you have to do is pop on over to my Patreon and join the Hero tier. For only $7 a month, you're going to get access to all my Roll With It Battlegrounds videos, as well as all of the 3-page level 1 through 20 build guides I make for these characters. You're also going to get access to the build guides I make for some of the powerful characters I use in my skits. You're going to get access to my Discord, and you're going to be able to get on a waiting list to get a seat at the table at one of the games I run for my fans. All right, now let's see what we're up against. Rolling on our CR6 table, we get a Mage. You might not think much of the Mage with an AC of 15 and only 40 hit points, but trust me, this is a sneaky, powerful stat block. Okay, it's very easy to sleep on this enemy, but I'm telling you right now, what makes the Mage special is its spell list. It's like Wizards of the Coast took the list of the most powerful and useful spells of every single level and gave them all to this NPC. Firebolt, Magic Missile, Shield, Misty Step, Suggestion, Fireball, Fly, Counterspell, Greater Invisibility, Ice Storm, and Cone of Cold. This mage can do some serious damage, and I'm not worried about them at all. So how's this fight gonna go? Well, let's say they win initiative and they choose to go on the offensive. They're gonna hit us with the best spell they have, which is Cone of Cold. Assuming we fail our save, we're gonna take about 36 points of cold damage, but honestly, with 96 hit points, I'm not that worried about that. I think we can survive whatever they throw at us. On the other hand, if they play it defensively and they cast Greater Invisibility on themselves, that could cause some problems, except we're just gonna cast Sleet Storm. It's gonna obscure their visibility as well. We'll both be blind to the other, and it's probably gonna break concentration on their spell. Either way, eventually, it's gonna be our turn, and we're still gonna be standing, and now we can dish out some damage. All we're gonna do is we're gonna use our action to upcast Lightning Bolt to 6th level. And then we're gonna use Destructive Wrath. That bolt's gonna hit them for 66 points of damage, and it's lights out. Even if they somehow manage to make their saving throw, which they only have about a 30% chance of succeeding at, they're still gonna take 33 points of lightning damage, leaving them with only 7 hit points, and then it's just a matter of time before we take them out. I'm calling this one easy work for us. Drop in the comments, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.